Hi, I'm Jen. Welcome to my channel. Now, if I'm welcoming you back to my channel, why not hit the little subscribe button right there and make sure that you never miss a video. Today, I am diving into a topic that I think a lot of us who live solo wonder about. Does living alone actually make you smarter? Now, I'm all the way biased on this. I've been living on my own since I was late 20s and I just turned 60. So my answer is yes, I think so. But does it make me smarter? Does it make me smarter than old me or yesterday me? That's what I mean. Not does it make me smarter than you? Now there's science behind this. And the scientific answer is it depends how you use your time. But since solos tend to have more time to themselves, if you use it wisely, then absolutely living alone can sharpen your brain. Number one, when you live alone, everything falls on you. Managing bills, fixing everything, planning meals. It's all on you. There's no one else to share the duties with. And that can strengthen your practical intelligence and your resourcefulness. When you're problem solving on the fly, day after day, your brain is exercising in practical ways. It's constantly learning new information and how to do new things. That's called active learning, and you can bump up your brain power by doing it. So, just by virtue of having to learn how to clear the filter on your dishwasher, because you're solo, you're strengthening your brain. You can also do it by playing games, video games. I just made a video about playing video games, link in the description. Or learning a new recipe, or starting a new hobby. Anything that involves active learning. You're strengthening your brain. And solos have an inside track on it. Number two, solitude also gives you uninterrupted blocks of time, which can improve concentration, creativity, and the ability to reflect more deeply. Many different writers, creators, deep thinkers have relied on alone time to make their big breakthroughs. The author Harper Lee was famously gifted a year's wages by a group of her friends and told to hunker down and write her novel. Then, unburdened by the demands of, having to make a living and participate in society, she was able to focus solely on her project. And she was able to produce her first and best novel, To Kill a Mockingbird. It's fairly famous. Won a few awards. You should read it. Psychological research shows that people who choose solitude, choose to be alone, often use it more productively than people who don't choose to be alone. They use it for creative work, skill building, and self-reflection. While people who do not choose to be alone but are forced to be alone, they tend to spend their alone time more in self-pity. Unproductive. Now, I'm not saying that if you take the afternoon or the weekend to stare at a Word document on your computer screen that you will write the next great American or Canadian novel. But if you did find yourself with some solo time as someone living alone, remember to use it productively. Build up your cognitive reserves with brain-stimulating activities like reading, writing, creating music, painting. People in solo living situations, they all have an edge in doing this. Now, it's all well and good that Ms. Lee could sit alone for a year and write her novel. She had a large support group, all with a vested interest in her well-being and all checking in on her. What if you live alone and you don't have a nearby support group, let alone one that's going to gift you a year's wages? It's an issue that everybody who lives alone thinks about, if they're not already living it. And that's why I'd like to thank Snug for sponsoring today's video. Snug is a simple, reliable, daily check-in app for your smartphone. It's designed to give peace of mind to people who live alone and their loved ones. Whether you want reassurance for yourself or for your emergency contacts, Snug helps you ensure that someone knows you're okay every day. Here's how it works. Every day, at a time that you decide, Snug will remind you to check in. Then you simply open the app and tap on the big green check-in button. That's it. You decide whether you want your contacts to be alerted only when you miss a check-in or every time you do check in. It's up to you, whatever makes you feel comfortable. Snug is trusted by thousands of Americans and has facilitated over 15 million check-ins, providing peace of mind to those who live alone and the people who care about them. It's designed to be easy for anyone to use, as Snug doesn't require any special equipment, just a smartphone. And their basic support model is free to download and free to use. It'll prompt you to check in each day, and it'll send an alert to your chosen contacts if you don't, or if you do, whichever one you choose. All for free. It's ideal for solo, independent people who want a backup support system. So just click on the link in the description below, download Snug, and get some peace of mind, all for free. And thank you, Snug, for sponsoring this video. A third way that solo living can make you smarter? Some studies find that older adults who live alone and stay socially engaged through friends, hobbies, community, actually maintain better cognitive health than those who live with others but feel lonely. Remember, being alone is a physical state of solitude, while being lonely is an emotional experience of disconnection and longing for connection. So yeah, you can totally be in a relationship and live in a house full of kids and extended family and still feel lonely. Brain health is less about the number of people that you live with or have in your life, and more about the social connection that you have with the people you choose to hang out with. If you're simply existing in the same space as any number of people, but they don't energize, empathize, or engage with you, you may as well be living on your own. I get this all the time in comments on my videos from people who say that they feel less lonely after losing a partner, whether it be through divorce or death, than they ever did while living with them. If you live alone by choice, then all of your social and emotional connections tend to be healthy and nurturing because you chose those people and that community. And that's good for your brain. Number 4, and this will sound a little maybe new agey to some people, but when you live alone, you really get to know your authentic self, especially for women who likely spent their formative years desperately trying to be the girl or the woman that society says is perfect. I'm 60, and if you're a woman anywhere close to my age range, then you know exactly what I mean. There's a dividing line. Girls do this, boys do that. Girls like this, boys like this. Good girls wear this. All girls like this. All women want this. You try very hard to fit in that mold because you're young and because you're surrounded by people you trust, telling you that's the way things are. But that girl is not the real you, and she certainly isn't the woman staring back at you in the mirror right now. And if you marry and perhaps have children, which is what all women want, then there are a whole new set of expectations for you. Good wives do this and don't do that. Good mothers are like this, not like that. All women over 40 are like this. There's a lot of generalizing, a lot of gender roles as assigned by society, and there's huge pressure to fit in. Now, when you live alone, all of that doesn't just go away, but you do have time alone by yourself to figure out that you, in fact, are not fully satisfied with your life the way it is. That there are lots of things that sound better than a full house. That you have absolutely no use for a full 12-piece china set of dishes. But you do enjoy making your own garden steaks. And Gilmore Girls isn't a guilty pleasure. It's a real one. And spending the entirety of Saturday afternoon laying in bed with your book is a much better use of your time than doing laundry. And all of that is okay. Self-awareness involves understanding your own emotions, motivations, strengths, and weaknesses. And that helps you make effective, adaptive decisions. It's considered a significant aspect of intelligence. And lastly, living solo enhances critical thinking by allowing you to develop independent ideas and opinions. You learn to analyze information, question assumptions, and form well-reasoned judgments, all based on evidence right in front of you and logic, rather than colored by or just replaced by the opinion of a partner or a parent. And this process fosters traits like intellectual independence, open-mindedness, creativity, and confidence. And it all leads to better problem solving, decision making, and personal growth. Forming and defending your own ideas builds confidence and a belief in your own judgment. You do tend to talk to yourself. I mean, you have to. Yes, tons more comments in the comment section on a lot of my videos about how everyone talks to themselves. Solo living people. But that ability to think about your own thoughts and to question and defend them, that is precisely what strengthens your belief in your own decision-making abilities. Confidence in yourself goes through the roof when you're living solo. The bottom line is that living alone can make you smarter if you use your time being more resourceful, more creative, more intentional, more self-aware, and more confident in your own abilities. Is living alone hard sometimes? Yes. But is it worth it? Heck yeah. And I'm sure other solos agree with me. And I would love to read your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week.